Breaking news now at 5. President Trump announcing a ceasefire between Iran and Israel. This after the Islamic Republic retaliates for this weekend's U.S. strikes on 3 of their nuclear sites, targeting American military bases in the Middle East. Good evening. You're watching the KTLA 5 News at 5. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Micah Ullman. Thank you for joining us. In the rapidly changing conflict in the Middle East, President Trump announcing late today a ceasefire between Iran and Israel.
Iran retaliated against the U.S. earlier today, firing ballistic missiles at the U.S.'s largest strategic base in the Middle East. That and the announcement of the ceasefire comes just 2 days after the U.S. officially got involved, leveling 3 Iranian nuclear sites.
U.S. defense officials say all of the missiles fired this morning were intercepted and no one was killed. Chris Wolf following the breaking developments and what the Trump administration is saying tonight. Chris.
Yeah, that's right. Micah and Cher, a ceasefire agreement has apparently been reached. That is the latest word from President Trump, who put out a post on Truth Social saying Israel and Iran will stand down in just a matter of hours when their final missions are completed. This comes after Iran retaliated against the United States for bombing its nuclear facilities. Launched and intercepted midair. Iranian missile strikes against a U.S. military base across the Persian Gulf in Qatar were unsuccessful Monday, but that may have been the expectation. Neighboring countries closed their airspaces, and U.S. officials report no casualties at the largest American military installation in the Middle East. Iran had warned Qatar prior to the attack, according to those close to the situation. Iranian officials say the action was in retaliation for U.S. bombing strikes on 3 critical Iranian nuclear sites. President Trump responded on social media. Iran has officially responded to our obliteration of their nuclear facilities with a very weak response, which we expected and effectively countered. No Americans were harmed and hardly any damage was done. I want to thank Iran for giving us
state sponsor of terrorism. All the proxies that have done such great harm to Americans over the years are at their behest.
Qatar is now calling on the U.S. and Iran to return to the negotiating table to settle a nuclear deal. The current climate should make that much easier. President Trump has announced a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran. Quote, officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. President Trump says he is now congratulating Israel and Iran on having stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. Live in the newsroom, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.